I used to look at that credit card bill and feel physically sick. $5,000 felt like a mountain I'd never climb. But looking back, that debt wasn't the worst thing that happened to me. It was the catalyst. I didn't just pay it off. I used the momentum to build a fortress. I turned a negative $5,000 into a positive 50. But the journey, it wasn't a straight line. It was a war. Hi, I'm Daniel Brooks, and you're watching Wealthic Voyage. Today, we're diving into the exact roadmap I used to transform a suffocating credit card debt into a five-figure investment portfolio, and the brutal mental shifts required to make it happen. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt like you were working for free? That was me, 6 years ago. I was 24 years old, working a sales job that paid a decent base salary, but every time payday rolled around, the money was gone before I saw it. I remember sitting in my kitchen staring at that statement. $5,000. It didn't happen overnight. It was a slow bleed, a weekend trip here, a don't worry about it dinner there, a new suit for work that I needed. The problem wasn't the stuff I bought. The problem was the interest. I was paying 22% APR. Do the math on that. That's over $1,000 a year just in interest payments, money that was literally evaporating into the bank's pocket. I was paying a stupid tax every month for the privilege of being broke. Does this sound familiar? You make the minimum payments, you feel responsible, but the balance never goes down. That's the trap. The system is designed to keep you paying forever. I realized something had to change. I wasn't just broke, I was going backwards. And you cannot build wealth while you are sliding down a hill. So, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. But here is where most people mess up. They try to pay off debt and invest at the same time. It's the classic FOMO mistake. You see the stock market going up and you think, if I don't invest now, I'm missing out. So I tried that. I kept $1,000 on my credit card while putting $200 into a brokerage account. It was stupid. I was paying 22% interest to the bank, hoping to earn 8% in the market. I was losing 14% guaranteed. That is bad math. I had to make a hard decision, pause the investing, kill the debt first. I switched to what I call the triage method. I kept a tiny $1,000 emergency fund in cash, just enough to stop the bleeding if my car broke down. I cut up the card, literally, scissors. I attacked the debt with every extra dollar I had. I got a side gig tutoring on weekends. I sold clothes on eBay. I stopped eating out for 3 months. It was miserable. I felt like I was in prison. But then the magic happened. The balance started moving. $4,000, $3,000, $2,000. Seeing the zero on that credit card statement was better than any shopping high I'd ever felt. That was my first win. That was the first brick in the wall. Now here is where the story shifts. Most people, when they pay off debt, fall into the relapse trap. They clear the balance, breathe a sigh of relief and think, I did it. Now I can treat myself. And they go right back to spending. I almost did. I looked at my checking account and saw all this extra money that used to go to the credit card company. It was tempting. But I had learned a skill during those hard months of paying off debt. Discipline. I realized that if I could live on a tight budget to pay off a negative number, I could live on that same tight budget to build a positive one. This is the secret no one talks about. Investing is just paying debt in reverse. I took the exact amount I was paying the credit card company, let's say it was $600 a month, and I automated it. I opened a brokerage account and set up an auto transfer for $600 on payday. I didn't change my lifestyle. I kept driving the same old car. I kept cooking at home. But now, instead of the money vanishing into interest, it was buying me shares of the S&P 500. I was buying small pieces of the greatest companies in the world: Apple, Microsoft, Amazon. I wasn't just a consumer anymore. I was an owner. Let's talk about the numbers. How does $5,000 debt turn into $50,000 investments? It wasn't a lucky stock pick. I didn't buy Bitcoin at the bottom. I bought boring index funds. Let's do the math together. I paid off the debt in about 10 months. Then, I started investing that $600 a month consistently. Year 1, I had about $7,000 plus some market gains. Year 2, $14,000. The market had a good year, and suddenly, I was up $18,000. Year 3, the habit was on autopilot. I didn't even check the account that often. Around year 4, something incredible happened. The returns from the market started making more money than I was contributing from my paycheck. That is the power of compound interest. The same force that kept me drowning in credit card debt, interest on interest, was now working for me. I hit $50,000 recently. It took about 6 years of consistent, boring behavior, but the number isn't the point. The point is how it feels. When I had $5,000, I felt anxious. I felt stuck. When I hit $0, I felt relief. When I hit $50,000, I felt freedom. That $50,000 isn't just money, it's options. It's the ability to quit a bad job. It's a down payment on a future house. It's my time, bought back. So, what is the lesson here for you? The journey from debt to wealth isn't about finding a hot stock tip. It isn't about getting a massive raise. It's about understanding the behavior of money. I learned 3 hard lessons that I want you to take away. Debt is a weight. It pulls you down. You cannot jump if you are wearing a backpack full of rocks. Empty the backpack first. Stop trying to invest while you are paying 20% interest. Kill the high-interest debt. Habits are transferable. The grit you use to pay off debt is the exact same grit you need to build wealth. Don't waste the momentum. When the debt is gone, immediately redirect that payment to your future self. Boring wins. I didn't get to $50,000 by being smart. I got there by being consistent. Boring index funds. Automatic transfers. No drama. If you are sitting there with debt today, I want you to know something. That number doesn't define you. It's just data. It's a starting point. You have the power to turn that negative into a positive. It won't happen overnight. It will probably take years, but future you, 5 years, 10 years from now, is begging you to start today. Start with 1 step. Look at your interest rate today. Make a plan to attack it. Turn the table. Stop paying the bank and start paying yourself. Thanks for watching. If this story gave you hope, hit that like button and subscribe. Let's keep building. I'll see you in the next video.